Today our topic is The Last Lesson by Alphonse Daudet. We will discuss the setting of the story, the main events, theme. We will also look at the characters of Franz and M. Hamel. Alphonse Daudet was a French novelist, a short story writer, playwright, and a poet. Daudet joined the army to fight in the Franco-Prussian War and later he withdrew. France's defeat had a profound impact and reflected in his stories Contes de Lundi, which is Monday Tales. It's a collection of stories published in 1873 in London and shows the change in France's fortune through the eyes of a young boy. Looking at the map of the Franco-Prussian War, we can clearly see the true French districts of Alsace and Lorraine as marked in the map. These were captured by the Germans. Let's now see the main events of the chapter. The main character, Franz, was late for school and he dreaded a scolding from his teacher M. Hamel, who was to question them that day on subject of participles. Franz had not learnt his lesson. It was a bright day and he felt tempted to stay back and enjoy the day. But somehow he resisted the temptation to do so. While he was passing by the town hall, he saw a crowd in front of the bulletin board. Since a war was on, all the bad news was displayed on that bulletin board. When Franz reached school, he was very surprised at the terrible silence that surrounded the school. It seemed more like a Sunday than a working day. His friends were in the class and he had to enter the class in front of everyone. He was surprised that instead of scolding him, his teacher, M. Hamel, was kind to him and told him to take his seat. After Franz had settled down, he noticed that the teacher was wearing his beautiful green coat, his frilled shirt, and his little black silk cap with embroidery on it. This attire was usually worn by him only on inspection or prize days. The atmosphere that day was very serious, and what surprised Franz the most was that the village elders were sitting on the back benches in the class, and everyone looked sad. The teacher, M. Hamel, mounted on his chair and announced that it was their last French lesson, as the order had come from Berlin that only German was to be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. Franz was shocked to hear this announcement made by M. Hamel, and suddenly his books, which had seemed a burden, became very dear to him. He regretted not having learned his lesson. Now he understood why the teacher had put on his best clothes and why the villagers were attending the class that day. It was their way of thanking the teacher for his 40 years of service and also showing their respect to their country that was theirs no more. Franz also regretted missing the school so often. When the class started, he heard his name being called out to recite the rules of participles, which he was unable to do. He felt very disgusted at this failure. The teacher said he wouldn't scold him, for he was feeling so bad about it. M. Hamel further said that they would be ridiculed by people for calling themselves French because they couldn't speak or write in their own language. M. Hamel said that even many parents had preferred to send their children to work than to school. He admitted that he too was to blame for the poor performance of the students because many times he had given a holiday to the students when he wanted to go fishing. He also made them water the plants when he didn't feel like teaching. M. Hamel also said that French was the most beautiful language in the world, the most clearest and the most logical. He then opened the book and explained a grammar lesson to the students. Franz was surprised at himself, for he understood the lesson very well. The teacher seemed to have explained the lesson more patiently than ever. It almost seemed as if in the last class he wanted to give them all that he knew. The grammar lesson was followed by a writing lesson. All the children worked quietly and seriously. Franz heard the pigeons cooing and wondered if they will also be made to sing in German. While the class was doing their writing assignment, M. Hamel sat motionless in his chair, staring at all the things as if he wanted to remember just how everything looked in that little classroom. He had started the school 40 years ago, but nothing had changed except the desks and the chairs becoming worn out and the trees growing taller. Franz wondered that it must be heartbreaking for him to leave the country next day. M. Hamel was very patient that day. When it was the chance of the children to chant the alphabets, even the old villagers joined in. After some time, the clock struck 12 and it was time for the class to end. M. Hamel stood up from his chair, but when he started to speak, something choked him. Overcome with emotion, he went to the blackboard and wrote Viva la France, which means Long live France, and then leaned against the wall and dismissed the class with a gesture. Let's now discuss the theme. The story highlights the agony and pain that people of Alsace and Lorraine go through when they suddenly lose the freedom of speaking or using their mother tongue. Language is one's freedom, and it should be free from all political or social bondage. The story also hints upon the fear and apprehensions of the ruled, the helplessness when their life is completely changed. Language is a means of identity and it's an integral part of our culture. Losing the freedom to speak in mother tongue greatly influences our culture and our identities. Franz, like all other students, doesn't like going to school, wants to spend time outside. He dreads his teacher's scolding as he has not prepared his lesson on participles. He doesn't like his teacher M. Hamel, feels that he is cranky. After listening to the announcement of M. Hamel, he regrets neglecting his studies and learning of French. He develops interest in whatever was being taught by M. Hamel in that last class. His books, which seemed nuisance, suddenly turned to be his best friends, which he didn't want to part from. M. Hamel is known for his 40 years of sincere service to the people of Alsace. He reproaches himself for having neglected the education of his students by involving them in watering his plants or giving them holiday when he wanted to go fishing. He has immense love for his mother tongue and his country. He is extremely pained to leave his country. He becomes very soft spoken and shows a lot of patience when he's dealing with his students in his last lesson.